Vector is one of the topic you will see in the GCSE maths exams. Try as much as you can to understand vectors. There are two particular words they use in GCSE maths exams, and that really confuse students. One of those is parallel in terms of vector, and the other one is collinear vectors. And because in most cases, students forget this or actually don't know about these things. So because of that, they're not sure what to do. And then things they should have got, the marks they should have got securely, and they end up getting zero because they really quite don't understand what those words mean. So here in this video, we look at those words in detail. Okay, parallel vectors. Now, if one vector is a multiple of another vector, the vectors are parallel. That's as simple as that. If one vector is a multiple of another vector, they are parallel. For example, if there is a vector AB and is given to B 6A plus 5B, and then there is another vector CD and CD is given to be 18A plus 15B. Now we need to check if these two vectors are parallel. First, have a look at vector AB. Vector AB is 6A. Now let's go back to vector CD, 18A. So actually, 3 times 6 is 18. Let's check vector here. Let's check the second part of the question. 5B, and that is 15B. So if you multiply each element here, each term here, so 6 times A, 3 times 6A give you 18A. 5B times 3 give you 15B, which is vector CD. So AB is parallel to CD because CD is 3AB. That's what it is. And I said here, if one vector is a multiple of another vector, they are parallel. You can see here, vector CD is 3 times vector AB. So indeed, AB and CD are parallel. Now let's look at collinear points. Now, collinear points, I remember a student asking me what is the meaning of that. Now, collinear points, these are points that lie on the same straight line. They lie on the same straight line. And they do prove. Mostly we use vectors to do that, to prove that these lines or these points are collinear. Example, if point A is given in terms of coordinates, x is 1, y is 3, and B is given as the point 2, 5, and C is another point 7, 19. There's a show that A, B, and C are collinear. Use vector. And normally, whether you say use vector or not, and because we said show that the points A, B, and C are collinear, we have to use vector to show that, to prove it. Okay. I think the first thing to do is to put this in column form. Because it's vector now, as they are not in vector form. These are coordinate form. So we need to change it to vector column form. So this is what we have. Now we have AB, which is now 1, which is the x value and the y value. It's the column form plus B, which is 2, 5. This way we can add the vectors easily. So 1 add 2 give you 3 here, and 3 add 5 give you 8. So vector AB is 3, 8. So let's find vector BC then. BC. So vector B is 2, 5, and vector C is 7, 19. So let's add them up. So vector BC is 2 add 7, that gives you 9, and 5 add 19, that gives you 24. Now let's have a look at vector AB. Vector AB is 3, 8, and vector BC is 9, 24. So vector AB is actually 1/3 of vector BC. So vector BC is 3 times vector AB. can say that 3 times 3 here give you 9, 3 times 8 here give you 24. So BC is 3 vector AB. Because of that, point A, B, and C are collinear. Again, collinear are points that lie on the same straight line. They are on the same straight line. Again, you can see here we have that vector BC is 3 times vector AB. So that proves the point. Okay. Again, have a look at this again and again until you understand it very well. Now, I'm going to give you a question to try, and let's have a look at the question. Vector P is the point 3, 1, and vector Q is the point 4, 2. Now, R is 24, 10. Use vector to show that P, Q, R are collinear. So P is given here as a coordinate. So P is the point 3, 1, and Q is also a coordinate. Q is the point 4, 2. On R as a coordinate is 24, 10. You're going to use vector to show that the point P, Q, and R are collinear, which means they lie on the same straight line. Remember here, collinear points lie on the same straight line. As a hint, transpose them, put this into column vectors, and then add them up, and then see if one is a multiple of the other. So press pause to have a go. When you finish, press play. Okay, so here we go. Vector PQ is 3, 1 plus 4, 2, which is 3 add 4 give you 7, and 1 add 2 give you 3. So vector PQ is 7, 3. Vector QR is 4, 2 add 24, 10. And so 4 add 24 give you 28, and 2 add 10 give you 12. So if you look at vector PQ and look at vector QR, then you realize that QR, this vector here, is 4 times that vector here. Okay, because 4 times 7 give you 28, 4 times 2 give you 12. So vector QR is 4 times vector PQ. So because of that, the points P, Q, and R are collinear. Good. Did you get that right? Go back again and check, understand this very well. Go through the vector videos here and then make sure you understand them, and then you can be confident to handle questions like this in the GCSE maths exams.